help somebody heal, to give them the space to heal, to change, to morph, which is what sovereign God does. It's unconditional. How it doesn't matter how we change or reshape ourselves, the love is still going to be ever present and unconditional. But we have so many conditions on the love that we have for people, and it's not necessarily a love that we have, it's more so an attachment. So it's so essential to find someone who really loves you, which is a rarity, because they can help you heal, so you don't have to do it by yourself. But to find this happened to me and it's not your fault, or to be completely subjective, is rare. It's rare. And if you don't necessarily have that, at the time when I was really coming to awareness with my healing, I didn't necessarily have that. I had built so many attachment relationships that I lacked full compassion and love relationships in my life. So the tools to begin to move through your own healing, or to begin to alchemize your trauma and turn it to a point of ascension, you have, I'm not going to say you have to, begin to receive that you are both light and shadow. The moon doesn't judge the sun does not judge the moon. You are both light and shadow. That's the complexity of how we're made as living souls, having these human experiences, beginning to receive that you are both these things, so that when you look at your shadow, you're not judging it critically or negatively so much that you can't even look at it. If you can't look at it, you can't acknowledge it, and the healing can't begin. So just to begin to look and receive that you're both light and shadow, and to sit with the shadow, see what comes up. It might be a matter of taking responsibility. You said, what do I do? Do I admit that I'm responsible for this? That might be the unction when it comes. It's so different for every person. For me, it was because there was things that I did in that sexual deviancy that I had to take responsibility for some things that I did. There were other things where I recognized it was generational trauma, and I got to a point of forgiveness for the things that I had done and the things that were done to me. So it's a bit of both, but it's such a personal healing. But you can have innate tools to begin to draw you into looking at yourself, and beginning to recognize and see the trauma. But we're so accustomed to not even looking at it. That's the first point of healing that we have to, the hump of healing we need to get over.
Let me ask you a question from what you just said. So is there a way that I can get to a point where, okay, I got this relationship to this something that I haven't done, but now I've partaken in, right? Something happened, I did it naturally, I started
trying to tell you something's wrong, is you start to feel sad. I think that's one of the first things, or angry. Sad or angry. And I just want to contribute this outside of the question. I think along with the compassion and love for others, have it for yourself. And I think one of the greatest places of healing is to forgive yourself and forgive the persons or people or systems or whatever.
For me, behavioral, anything, what are you doing that's harmful to yourself, even if it's not apparent, like procrastination excessively, procrastination that costs you money, procrastination that costs you opportunity. Not like procrastination like I don't want to fold my clothes, but what habits, what behavioral traits do you have that are actually serving as barriers? Or what behaviors or traits that are you seeing come up in your relationship? Like you said, anger, whatever. Like I felt angry as a child. Like I would just throw stuff like all the time, and that wasn't very normal. So it's like looking at these behavioral traits that tend to feel out of place, which is a very touchy subject because we're talking about accepting all things as they are, but things that don't necessarily have a clear source attached to them. You know, you piss a child off, you expect them to be angry. But if no one has interacted with me and I'm showing signs of anger, you know what I mean? It's like looking for things that don't have circumstantial sources. My therapist reminds me every Friday to just let it be okay.
Say that, like, we turned off our intuition, our instincts. And it's because we've been so disengaged with what is natural, authentic, and real, and we don't trust our vibes. We don't trust our gut feeling. We don't listen to the inner voice that is telling us something is off or we need to move left.
So I wanted to join Girl Trek, but I don't really know what it is. What is it?
We're the #1 movement for Black women's self-care. We're a nationwide movement, and we have a Seattle chapter. Every week we walk at Seward Park, 9:30 a.m. We meet at the tennis courts. We're self-care for sisterhood.
So we just walking around Seward Park, or we just, what else can I find out about my health? Because you know, I eat bad, okay? I put ham hocks in my collard greens still. I'm trying to figure out how to get a little healthy.
So you can still do that as long as you're walking every day for 30 minutes. So by taking the Girl Track Pledge, you're committed to walking 5 days a week for 30 minutes. And that is doctor recommended. That's how you keep from Black women dying of preventable diseases. And so we're just asking that you walk for yourself 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Saturdays you come out and walk with the sisterhood. But ultimately it's a self-care for sisterhood. And it's more like, we're not a fitness organization as much as we are mind, body, and soul. Non-profit, girltrek.org.
Life in general on the plantation with 8 boys. My thought and attitude was, how would I get to college? Being on the plantation with 8 boys, my parents have no money at all. So I started thinking, I said, well, if I get involved in sports, maybe I'll have an opportunity to go to college. And you know, being in that family, poor, uneducated, my parents was separate education. I said, wow. So it kind of came together to me that I have to participate in sports in order to get to college, to get an education. I didn't mind being on the farm, but I didn't want to do farming. I wanted to do something different. So with that said, I started to working out on the farm, doing a lot of farm work. And at one point, people was telling me that, boy, you're pretty strong. I said, okay, I can deal with that. So I started working out basically on the farm, lifting tires and axles and pulling cars, just stuff like that, just to have something to do, was pretty bored on the farm. So after I was able to realize I had the physical ability to play sports and to possibly get an education. So out of 8 boys actually, 6 went to college, academic, athletics, or whatever the case may be. I was very fortunate to go to Tuskegee. It was that time that I found my gift. My gift was just to play sports. I feel that I was pretty strong, and I kind of used that to get to where I need to go. So from that, finished college, played a little bit of football, played a little bit free in Atlanta, and I seen this show one day called The Wild World of Sports one day. And I seen this guy was a world champion, lifting all his weight. I said, wow, that seemed to be pretty interesting. I said, I want to do that. My insurance guy told me that, boy, there was a bodybuilding show in the neighborhood, and there was this award they're giving away, I think a lifelong supply of beer, I don't drink beer, and a free ticket to the Bahamas. I said, wow, I want to go to the Bahamas. So I won the show, and from that, when I was 27, my first weightlifting competition, I graced the cover of the first Power Music magazine. From that, it just took off. And up to this day now, 15 worlds, 14 nationals, been on the cover of every sports magazine you possibly name. I've graced this Athlete of Center, Sports Illustrator, strongman champion, inducted so many Hall of Fames. A few days ago, got inducted again in the Hall of Fame, which I'm so grateful and honored to be a part of the fitness industry. And with that, though, a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. You have to commit yourself to doing and liking what you like. I love sports, I love fitness, and I love what I do. And when you talk about diet and nutrition, being a farm guy, I mean, I was raised on a lot of pork and all that. But pork is actually not considered bad. It all depends on the amount of anything to eat. You can consume too much water and it's not good for you. You can consume too many salmon or whatever is good for you. So it's moderation. So when I graduated from high school in 1976, I weighed 218, 220 pounds. Fast forward to 2018, at this day today, 60 years of age, I still weigh 218, 225.